Okay. I don't have my specs today. I'm outside. Forgot my specs, so mm, finding it a little bit difficult to see clearly. Okay, let's try our best. Right. So last week we saw friction. Yeah, friction part two. We saw how it is related to our spiritual life, our walk with God. Yeah, so we first took an example of a tree. So a tree without wind is one kind of friction or a problem that the tree faces. So a tree with wind, okay, I think, yeah, we numbered things, yeah. So the tree with wind will have a bigger trunk. The tree with wind will have stronger branches and a longer root, deeper root because it is shaken, so it wants to hold tightly. So it has deeper roots. And we saw, yeah, all the bad branches will fall off and the decayed branches will fall off. And its leaves will be green because the dry leaves, the dead leaves are withered away, they've fallen away. The seeds will be taken to different places because there is wind, and you will have new good plants, new good trees also. So that won't be the case for the tree without wind. Yeah, so there'll be insects, decay, everything will remain there. It won't be, and it'll only cumulatively decay more. Yeah. Okay. So for us, life with friction, every time we have a problem or we have to take a decision, we stop and ask God, God, should I take a right or should I take a left or go straight or return back? So God guides us in this maze of life. Yeah. And for physical things, we ask God for help. There are many things that um, don't function properly, so we ask God for help, and God continues to guide us. And in our thinking, there are many thoughts that are not good, the habits that we build up, and God helps us clean them, filter them, good thoughts, and yeah, the ultimate is relationships. So when we relate with others, there are many friction, many things that we face, many problems that we face. Then God helps us to love others like how He loved us. So love others dearly. Okay. Okay. So problems are stepping stone for getting closer with God. So every problem we saw is like use the problem to climb up, climb up, climb up, and go, reach more closer with God. Life without friction we saw, so we'll be just free flowing, going free anywhere in an open space. We don't ask God, we don't check with anyone, but then later we might end up with a bigger problem. And we might have more damage, we might cause more damage to our body. We will cause more damage to our body because we don't know, we don't have pain, so we don't fix things early. So like that. And third thing, if we don't have filters in place, if we don't have checkpoints in place, then we can think what we want, and yeah, we should have filled it with all other kinds of thoughts as well, right? Okay, yeah. So, and four, yeah, we will not actually understand what God's love means, forgiveness means. Yeah. So, and without friction, we will actually stray very far away from God. There is no stepping stone for us. Okay. Okay. So let's jump to today's passage. Okay. So today we have, um, we get back to Romans 12, 1 and 2. And okay. Today's 14, I guess. Okay. So these two verses, I remember doing it earlier, but yeah, I couldn't find where we did it. Okay, anyhow, so these are super beautiful verses that will help us very, very much in setting our life. Okay, so let's read through it. Okay, so verse 1 says, okay, therefore. So till chapter 11, Paul is discussing something. And verse 1, he says, therefore. So he's going to summarize something. Okay, I urge you, urge meaning like pushing or requesting strongly. Please, 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 please. I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy. So that's the background. Okay, so God's mercy is there. Okay, in view of that, to offer your bodies as living sacrifice. Oh, these are all big words. What is sacrifice? What is sacrifice? We might use the word like, I sacrificed this for you. I sacrificed my time for you. What does sacrifice mean? Hmm.
Giving something for something else.
Yeah, giving up something. Yeah, exactly. That's sacrifice. So, living sacrifice. Okay, before that, our bodies as living sacrifice. So, our bodies. This is my body. Hmm? So, our bodies as living sacrifice. So, what does it mean? So, often when we want to do things, um, deep inside, we want to do the right thing. But who resists? Our body. No, we want to get up early in the morning. We want to do that, but who resists? Our body. Body wants to sleep some more, right? So here, this verse says, offer your bodies as living sacrifice. Oh, it's still living and it's still sacrifice. So you remember, I'm I'm imagining this Abraham laying Isaac on the altar. He was still living, and Abraham was about to sacrifice Isaac. Yes, and God stopped in the last moment, but Isaac was ready. He was living, and he is so willing to obey his father. Yeah, and that is wholly pleasing to God. Holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. So here, this is the definition of worship. What is worship? Worship is not so much about singing songs or saying, praise you, God, but truly obeying God. How do we obey God? By sacrificing our body, living sacrifice. Yeah. Okay. So let's start drawing. Okay. So, in view of God's mercy, that's where we're going to start. Okay. So we have this much space. Okay. So, God's mercy. How did we experience God's mercy? So, we were actually, okay, let me pick up a brown color. Okay, let me use green. So, we were actually running towards a pit, right? So, far away from God. Let's say God is on the other side. Okay, so we've kind of drawn this earlier also. Okay, so God is here on the other side. Okay, but we are here running. But where are we running? We are running straight into the pit. Okay, forever away from God. So this is what we call as the head. Hmm? Okay, but what happened? What's God's mercy? God's mercy is that He sent Jesus to die on the cross for us. Right? Okay. Try and bridge. I'm trying to build a bridge with the cross. Something like this. Okay. So God sent Jesus to build a bridge. That is God's mercy. Okay. So that we don't go down, but instead we take a turn. Sorry. Instead, we take a turn, go on, or through Jesus, go to God. That is God's mercy, right? So, in view of this, okay, so by looking at this, by remembering this, what do? Hmm? We offer our bodies as living sacrifice. So the same me, okay, in my everyday life, let me draw that. So in my everyday life, okay, okay, I offer my body as living sacrifice. So I'm going to build an altar here of stones. Okay. So something like this, little more bigger maybe. Okay, so just random stones. Okay, I'm remembering Abraham and Isaac. Okay, so Abraham laying Isaac on top of the altar. Okay, so this is now Isaac. Okay, so in place of Isaac, now it is me. I am lying down. Okay, and what am I saying? What am I telling God? Dear God, okay, let me put a bigger speech bubble. Okay, dear God, do as you will. Okay, as you will. Okay, So I'm saying, not my will, but let it be your will. Okay. So this verse says, I'm still living. Yeah. So I'm still living, meaning I'm still alive. Okay. Um, okay, let me put a pink heart first. Pink heart. And so I have a good relationship with God. I don't have any problem trusting Him, right? And I'm living. So my heartbeat is very much active. Okay. So I could get up and go now if I want, but no, I'm going to lie down. I'm going to say, okay, God, you want my hand to do this? Okay, yes, I will do it. You want my mind to think like this? Yes, I will do it. Okay, you want my feet to not go there? Oh, yes, I will not go there. Okay, so your will. So my body is the weakest thing. No, so our spirit wants to follow God. We know that, right? So we ask our body to cooperate. Okay. Yeah. So this is called living sacrifice. Like we are alive and we've sacrificed ourselves. No? And this is what? Holy and pleasing to God. Yeah. So how do we draw holy? Did we draw holy some way? Think we just did a um, yellow sparkle. Hmm. Okay, so it just means that it is pure, no? So we are offering our bodies, and that is the purest thing that we can do. That is the best thing that we can do. Hmm. So that's what holy means. Hmm. Holy and pleasing. Okay, so let's draw holy. How do we draw holy? Okay, any idea? Have ideas? Okay, so I'm just gonna put okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna put a box and write 100%. Okay. And just draw sparkles around it. Okay. So that's holy. That's for understanding holy. So it's the purest thing that we can do to offer our bodies as living sacrifice. So we are alive and we have committed our decision making to God. Okay. I'm trying to just draw some stars here. And pleasing to God. Okay. So pleasing meaning God is happy. Okay. So I'll draw a face like this. This is God's face. Okay. And he is happy. Okay. We are able to please God this way. There are not many ways to please God, make God happy. Okay. Obedience is one big way we can please God. Probably the only way that we can please God is to offer our bodies as living sacrifice, obey Him. Hmm? Yeah. So holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. What? True and proper worship. So, what is worship? Okay, so I'll add a body for God. This is God. Okay. So worship is to, yeah, this is what is worship. Okay. So maybe we might understand worship like this, kneeling down before God. Okay. So this is the true worship. So which is the true worship? On the left, what we do. Okay. Not singing songs. Okay. So let's maybe draw that also as well. Okay. Not just going to church and saying a few words or reading a few um, passages. Okay. Um, okay. Singing songs is good, but that's not true worship. True worship is to offer your bodies as living sacrifice. Okay, something like this. Okay. So true worship is not this. Okay. So I've just uh, struck off this singing part. Okay. Okay. That completes our verse 1. So in view of God's mercy, okay, so that's like a banner or something. Okay, let me do that. Let me do that. Okay. So in view of this, we currently offer our bodies as living sacrifice. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's jump to verse 2. All right. Verse 2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world. Okay. So this world has a certain pattern. Okay. So do not conform to the pattern of this world. What is a pattern? A repetition of something. Okay. So that's a pattern. Okay. But be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So transform meaning change. Okay. Renew means become new. Okay. So change to become new. What should become new? Your mind. So mind is the will that we spoke about here. So we say, God, your will, meaning what? The mind decides. Okay. So then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. Okay, that's a big phrase. So God says something. How do we know if it is good or bad for us? We will know by transforming our mind, and as we continue to listen to God, we'll realize, that God said like that. That's true. I can see that. No? So test and approve what God's will is. His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Okay? Okay, let's start drawing. Okay. Okay, do not conform to the pattern of this world. Okay, so let's draw a pattern of this world. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna use the left space for this. Okay, let's see. So we'll draw a world. I didn't draw a world for many days, I think. Okay, so something like this. Okay, I'm just gonna color it in. Okay, and cushion. Okay, so this is my world. Okay, right. So this world is going to dictate a pattern. Okay, so let me do this. Let me do this. I have a certain cycle. Okay. Okay, let me go like this. Okay. Okay, I think I should draw as I do. Okay. Okay, I'll remove the second person. Right. So this world has a certain pattern. Okay, so I'm going to start some pattern. Okay, so this world tells me, you know what? You should do some, you should see some bad things. Okay, so this world tells me you should see some bad things. Okay, oh, this looks like an alien. Okay, so just seeing bad things, and I'm going to mark the patterns, the bad patterns with black. Okay, so we're going to come around, draw a circle. Okay, and then the next pattern may be bad thoughts. Okay, so the world might encourage us to think bad thoughts. Okay, so some garbage thoughts. Okay, so that's another pattern of this world. Okay, oh, this is me. Okay, and then what else the world does? Um, teaches me to go to bad places. Okay, so I'm going to color this black. These are my shoes. Okay, so teaches me to go to bad places. Okay, then what else does it do? Um, teaches me to do bad things with my hands, maybe. Okay, I'm going to color this black. My hands. Okay, so that's another pattern. Okay, asks me to compete with others. No, God doesn't ask us to compete with others. So you've seen this first, second, third place. So ask me to be here. You should be number one in everything. Okay, so where should I put black? Okay, so maybe I put black here. Yeah, okay, that should help. So that's another thing. Okay, maybe one more bad relationships. Okay, so okay, maybe I'll merge with this. Okay, so black. Don't know if we have a symbol for bad relationships. Okay. Yeah, so black. Okay, so like that. And this is another pattern of this world. Bad relationships, wrong relationships. Okay. Okay, so every suggestion from the world, I'm going to put black heart because this is not pleasing to God at all. Okay, so all that the world teaches, world meaning the people in the world, people who do not believe in God, know God, okay, don't care about God, okay, so they have a certain pattern. So that pattern is gonna is destructive for us. It's not good for us. Okay. So somebody might say, take this drug. Hmm? That's not good for us. Our bodies are not made for that drug. Okay. So God will say, no, that's not good for you. The world will say, oh, little bit is okay, little bit here and there is okay, like that. And but it's not okay. Hmm. So there are many things like that that are not okay. You know, so even simple things like watching something that will affect us. So we are not made for such things. Okay, I'm going to put a black heart in the right in the middle also. That's the world. The world is, when we say the world, we are referring to the people who love the world more than God. Okay, yeah. So this is the pattern of this world. Okay, so there is a pattern, that is a sequence. So you do this more and more, more and more, more and more, more and more. Okay, so okay, so do not conform. Okay, so I'm going to put a big cross in the center. Okay, I don't know if this looks like, okay, maybe a smaller cross. That also doesn't seem to make sense. Okay, maybe a bigger cross. How do I say do not conform to this pattern? Okay. Okay. Do not conform to the pattern of this world. Okay. Don't do this. Don't continue to do this.
You can put a cross on the whole
On the
circle. You can put a cross on the whole circle.
which circle?
I
Oh,
mean, the earth and every action that we do and
yeah.
everything together.
Okay. Maybe I'll put.
Extend the.
Hmm? Okay. So something like this also should make sense. I think I shouldn't follow the pattern. Okay. Okay. Right. So that's the first part. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Okay. So God is asking us to do something else. Okay. So I'm here. Okay. Okay. I think I should draw a bigger head because I want to show mind. Okay. So renewing of our mind. Okay, so let me draw a green brain. Okay, so that's my brain. Okay, that's my good brain. Okay, so that's why I did green. So my mind can be renewed. Okay, so become better and better. How? If I listen to God. Okay, so I keep God in the loop. Okay, so God in the loop. Okay, so I don't go get my ideas from the world, but I get my ideas from God. Yeah, so I check with God. God, I want to do this. I feel like doing this. Is this okay? God, I'm thinking like this. Is this the right way to think? Yeah. So I renew my mind. Okay. And again, I'm going to draw my big head. Okay. Again. Okay. So how do I show that I'm increasing? Maybe I'll do this. Take light green and fill a little bit and fill little more here. Okay. So like that. Okay. So I check with God often. Okay. So that's how I renew my mind. I will draw some red and green on the way because I'm checking if it is good or bad. Okay, so just gonna draw a semicircle like this, red semicircle. So I'm asking myself or asking God, God, is this good? Is this bad? Okay, so it's always good to ask God, is this okay? Is it not okay? Okay, just because somebody says something that doesn't make it okay or make it not okay. Okay, so we should ask God, God, what do you say? Okay, so I'm checking every time, is it good or bad? Okay, so is it good or bad? So every time I check with God, and only then I take it into my brain. Okay, I don't just like that take it in. Whatever comes, whatever I see, I don't take it in. Okay, I ask questions. Okay, I ask myself questions. Okay, yeah. Oh, there's one more arrow here. Okay. Mhm. Okay, a thinner circle. Okay, right. So I ask myself every time, okay? So whether it is good or bad, and be transformed by the renewing of my mind, okay? So maybe I'll do pink tick, okay? This is something that I should keep doing, okay? Okay, so transformed by the renewing of your mind. Okay, now the second part. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. Okay, so God says something, and we can check as I do it, it's good for me. It's more and more good for me. Okay, so let's do that. Mm, Okay, for good, we have green. So let's say, okay, so I'm here. Okay. And I go like this closer to God and keep doing. Okay, I'm going to represent God with a square, yellow square. Okay. And I see that going towards God or doing things as per Oh, sorry, I forgot. I did the first thing as black and red. Okay, so it should be green and red. Let me change it. Yeah, so we have good and bad as green and red. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, so I do good things, meaning I do as per God, and I see me becoming more and more better and intelligent and sharp and healthy. Okay, so everything happening. So this is what God is telling me. Okay, so let me draw pink steps. Okay, so earlier we did, last time we did with problems. So problems are stepping stones. And now we are doing things that God tells us that is becoming good for us. Okay. And we go closer and closer to God. Okay. Okay. So here I'm going to draw good. Okay. So this is little good. I think it is little good. It's more and good, more good, more and more good for me. Bigger and bigger good for me. Okay. I realize that it is even more good for me. Okay. It is increasingly good for me. I realize it's very good for me. Okay. So that's how it is. When I continue to listen to God, I discover slowly that it is good for me. And it is more and more good, more and more good. Wow, this is good. Okay. So this is what the verse says. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is. His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Okay, so how do we draw that? God's will is hmm, okay, so we are able to test and approve. Okay, so test meaning check, approve meaning confirm that yes, it is good. Okay, so it's like a lab test. So you bring something to to see if it is good. You put some solution in it, and if it turns pink, it is good. If it turns black, it is bad. Yeah. So you bring a fruit and you see if it is good or bad. Is it spoiled or is it good to eat? So you test and you approve. Okay, yes, it is good. Okay, so something like that. So what God tells us, we test and approve. Okay, so I'd like to draw that test and approve. Okay, so we ask questions every time, and we yeah, maybe something like this. Okay, and we approve every time. Yes, it is good. Maybe we can draw this better, but yeah, at least we get the point in. Okay, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. Okay, so his good. Okay, so God's good will and God's will is good. Okay, so that we've seen. Okay, let me number that. 0.1, that is. Okay, pleasing. Okay, so that makes God happy. We did that in the previous verse as well. Okay, so that's number 2. Okay, and perfect. Perfect. We did that in the previous verse as well, no? 100%. So something like that. So perfect also means holy. Okay, yeah, so let's draw the same thing as well here. So it's 100% God's will, whatever God says, and we do that, and that will be the perfect choice for us. Okay, so God has kept us boundaries. God has kept us limits. Okay, so you should walk within this. It's good for you. Don't go beyond this like that. Right? So these are the three words God has used to describe his will. Okay, so it's good for us. It's pleasing. It makes God happy. It's pleasing to us as well. Hmm? So his good, his pleasing, and perfect will. Hmm? In our context, also it is pleasing. Hmm? And it's perfect. So there's nothing better than what God asks us to do. Okay, so if there is a choice, this or that, and if God says this, uh, there is nothing better than what God says for us. Yeah. Okay. Did we cover everything? Anything you want to add? Any questions you have? Do you have any questions? Okay. So should we follow the pattern of this world? Okay. So every time that is one reason we do Bible study. We study Bible. We have to ask God, what is good for us? And renew our mind. Okay. Fine. Are you ready to lay down like a living sacrifice? Lay down in the sense, not literally lie down and sleep, but uh, commit yourself as a living sacrifice. Hmm? Ready? Okay. Okay, think about it. Yeah. So every time what God says is the best thing for us. Okay. Okay, let's pray. Dear God, we thank you for today. We read and tried to understand very precious words. Um, we understood what is worship, to lay down as living sacrifice. And we also discussed about how not to follow the pattern of this world. The world has a certain pattern. Pray that we will think differently. We will keep our thoughts pure, checked with you always. And we will enjoy knowing that obeying you makes us good and better and better. Thank you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay.